Hi guys, you're welcome to my channel once again. I want to thank each and every one of us that have joined. If you're new, please subscribe to our channel. If you're an old subscriber, I want to thank you so much for being part of the family. God bless you so much. Today I want to share with you some of the misconceptions most of us have been having. If you're coming from Africa, especially West Africa or East Africa, North Africa, wherever you're watching from, I want to kind of correct some of the impressions or some of the things that has been holding some of us back. There are most of us who are supposed to have achieved our dreams of traveling abroad. Some of us who must have achieved our dreams of getting our dream job, being where we want to be. Some of us dream of being in Canada. Some of us dream of being in Australia, Finland, Austria, and most European countries. But why have we not been able to be here? It's something I see as that has to do with our mentality. It has to do with our mentality, yes. And here is what I have to say regarding this. Please and please, the number one misconceptions we have is that we cannot do it, right? That is the number one misconception we have about ourselves, that we cannot do it, that this traveling abroad is so hectic, is so entangled, it's something that has no formula. Yes, but I'm here to share with you that traveling abroad is actually simple. It's actually something you can do. Me, I believe that if I can do it myself, it will be more difficult for someone else to do it for me. Why is it going to be more difficult for someone else to do it for me? The reason is this. Number one, for someone to do it for you, there are many. It's actually going to cost you a lot. It's not only costing you financially, it may actually cost you something that will be more than that finance. How? There are many people who agents have eaten their money. It's not even as if they ate their money that is a problem, but their future has been tampered with as a result of the money the agents have eaten. Now, their mentality, their mental health is affected. Do you understand? Their mental health is affected. Their future plans is scattered, and the rest of it. You can now see that it is not only that money that it cost you, but it has cost you more. Now, the mentality of I cannot do it, it's not something I can do, is what is holding most of us back. And I want to correct that impression. My sister, my brother, if you want to travel abroad and you have decided that this is what I need at this particular time, I want to assure you that you can do it. You can do it. The earlier you start believing that, the better. The only thing that makes you think you cannot do it is just one thing: information. Remove that inferiority complex feeling you have in you that you cannot do it, that you don't have all it takes. You have everything it takes. The only thing you need is just to get started with the right information. To get started with the right information. And I think by the special grace of God, I have been able to share information here on how you can start everything you need as regarding your traveling, whichever angle you want to take it from. Do you want to start from your academics, or you want to travel through job route? I have already done videos on steps, the preliminary steps to start. For jobs, you need to search for this job. You need to prepare yourself first before you can start searching for a job. You don't just wake up one day and start searching for jobs. How do you go about it? Prepare yourself first. Look at the skills you have. What can I be able to do? What is out there that is in demand? Does my skill fit into this? Even if your skill doesn't fit in perfectly, if you have little of it, improve on it. Get a proper CV that showcases you and have the right keyword and the right skills needed for this particular job, and then know that you have gotten yourself ready. Start applying. Then that brings us to the next mentality that makes us think that we cannot actually do traveling, getting to where we want to be by ourselves. The next key word or the next misconception is, I want it to happen now. You want it now and now and immediately. Someone will say, how long does it take for one to prepare, for one to process Canada? And they will tell you 2 months. Some will tell you 1 month. Some will tell you 6 weeks. Do you understand? How long does it take for one to start preparing for Finland? Some will tell you 2 weeks. Some will tell you 1 week. Some will tell you 2 months. How long does it take to prepare for Germany? The mentality there is you're looking at it that from so and so time you're going to do it. But if actually you did not prepare yourself, you cannot do it. And this misconception is not only the fact that you're looking at it, you want to travel within that period. You also fail to understand that before you even, before those months or those dates start counting, there are things you ought to have done. There are things you ought to have achieved for you to start counting from that month. And what is that? For instance, if you're going for a job, you ought to have gotten, let me use Finland for example. If someone can tell you that Finland approximately on average it takes 2 months to process Finland resident permit for job for an unemployed person. Now that 2 months is not just, you don't just wake up one morning and start counting 2 months on average. Some it takes them 1 week, some it takes them 2 weeks, some it takes them 3 weeks, some 1 month. And do you understand? But you don't just wake up one morning and start counting those days. Why? Because before you start counting, there are things you ought to have done. You ought to have laid the foundation. Without foundation, guys, whatever you're doing is not going to stand. But when you have a strong foundation of whatever you're doing, that is when you are actually going to succeed. And that is why agents eat our money every now and then. Some agents will tell you they will do this. You don't even go online to make verification. You don't even try to find it out. You don't even try to do the preliminary works yourself. Guys, even if an agent is doing anything for you, you still own that responsibility to as well do your research regarding that particular thing. Now, the preliminary thing is, if you're going for work, for a job, for instance, you need to have found that job. You need to have taken time to draft your CV. My dear, drafting of CV, depending on how you want to do it, takes time. Especially when you want to get a good CV. It's not only you draft it once, you draft, correct, make correction, review it, and still correct a lot of things in it as time goes on. But the main thing is to start. Now, it doesn't stop at CV. When you must have gotten that job, the job you are applying to, you don't have that mentality that you apply for one job and get it immediately. It takes time. Job can even take you 1 year to get. Job can take you 2 weeks to get. Job can take you 3 months to get. Job can take you 2 years for you to get that particular job. Have you seen it now? But some of us who have that mentality that it's just 2 months, and when you apply for 1 or 2 jobs, you get one out, you get burned out. That this thing doesn't work. It cannot work. Now, have you reasoned what it will cost you to remain at the place you are today than sacrificing the time you have to sacrifice now in order to get that particular job that can make you to have a breakthrough in your future? If it's worth it, why don't you commit that time to it? Commit that particular time. It is very, very important. Now, some of us, we believe that some of us, get discouraged by the time we apply for 1 job, 2 job, 3 job, 20, 30, 40, and we didn't get it. When the going gets tough, the tough keep going. Quitters never win, and winners never does what? Never quit. And that is the mentality of this jackpot stuff. You may be at the point of your breakthrough and you give up. That is it. You can't get what you're actually looking for. So somebody like me, I made more than 3,000 applications before I was able to have my breakthrough. I apply, make it, be consistent, make it. For me, what I did was I made sure that at least in a day, I make at least 20, 50 to 100 applications in a day, every day. So I don't expect you to be like me. You can say, okay, what I want to be doing every day is 10 applications. What I want to be doing every day is 20. Even if it's 5, The main thing is let it be that you are actually doing something. Be consistent until you are able to break through. Of course, if you're determined, there is no how I am guaranteeing you this. There is no how you cannot be able to break through. How much will you pay agent? Some agents will tell you they will get a job for you. You are in Nigeria and the person is in Nigeria. I don't doubt the possibility, but the chances are minimal. Do you understand? The chances are very, very minimal. It's very small for somebody to tell you, is it the one creating the job? Jobs, opportunities are out there looking for who will get it. Except for the fact that he will commit his time, use your CV and be applying. The same way, the same thing you would have been doing, that is still the same thing he will do until he succeeds and gets it. And then he will charge you a whole lot of money for what you would have committed your time to do. Except you don't have time and you have the money. Right? But even at that, there are still things you need to pay. There are costs you need to pay yourself. Now, the next mentality I want to correct is that applying for visa is so difficult that I cannot do it. Visa is not difficult when you have the right information. Right? Visa is not difficult when you have the right information. There is nobody that will start going to apply for visa without having the needed. Before you apply for visa, it's either you want to go for visiting. Before you go for visiting, you have reasons why you want to go for visiting. You have enough funds to fund yourself. Do you understand? You have a place to stay. If you are applying for visa to work, you cannot just start applying for visa to work without you having a work out there. Do you understand? Except you are other countries that have visas like job seekers visa. Even at that, there are still documents you need to present. Now, if you want to, you must have gotten the job. You must have had a contract. In the place of Finland, you must have some of the documents that you need in order to apply for this visa. When you have the information of the requirements for the specific visa you want to apply, you now have full confidence and start applying for visa. Another misconception that we normally have is that before you start looking for a job, I am not qualified. Let me make this very clear, please and please. There are many people that have so much opportunity, but because of the fact that they lack the information, it has made them to remain where they are. I keep saying this. So many people who are out there, maybe in Europe, in America, in most countries that you dream of, is not because they are better than you. It is not because they have more qualifications than you. It is not because they are more lucky than you are. It is only because they made out that time to search for information and get this information. Not only that they get the information, but they acted and worked on it. And that helped them to achieve their dreams. Most of us will get information, will have this feeling that this thing doesn't work. You cannot tell what works and what doesn't work without first of all trying it. It is when you try it, that is when you will know if this actually works or if it doesn't work. Right? So whatever information you get, first of all try it out. So the misconception of we cannot do it is something we need to throw away. Opportunities abound. Secret I want to tell you here is this. Most of the neglected thing is what can help you japa, is what can help you travel abroad. I keep saying it. Look inward. Those menial jobs, those jobs you think you may have a degree, the highest degree, and be thinking you want to leave this country with it. It may not work for you. It may not work out. But those little skills, you are a hairdresser, you know how to make hair, you have the skill, you understand, maybe you're doing it in your home, calling it nothing, but that is actually what can actually take you out than even your master's degree. You are a welder, you know how to weld, you have the skills, you have the experience, You also have a degree, maybe a degree in public administration, a degree in so many other fields, and you want to travel with those degrees, neglecting the skills that is in high demand, without knowing that this one is more important. It is what is needed in the world today. Let me shock you, let me bust your brain. Our current era, this current time we are, take more priority on those that have skills, those that can actually do the work, than those that can actually say present a certificate for the work. If I am an employer and I have somebody who learns a skill and somebody who studied it in school, I will pick that person who have that skill and is confident about that particular skill than somebody who went to study it. And that is how it is in the world. You are a hairdresser, you are a chef. You are not talking about them. You are not seeing them as something you can use. You are a caregiver. You have skills in maybe being a bar attendant, being a waiter, being a waitress. Those ones doesn't even require much skill. You can do menial jobs like construction work. You are not looking towards that place. You are not looking towards that angle. You're taking your focus on another angle that is more difficult, that is more tedious. The only thing you need, let me leak the secret for you, is just anything that can help you to get there legally. Anything that can help you to get there. You'll find more opportunities there than you're looking at here. That's if you are in my condition. Because I've made my research, I've seen things. You understand? You'll find more opportunities. But another thing I want to say is, there is no place that is a bed of roses. Every place, every country has its own challenges. You don't go and just plug money from the trees. You must still follow the processes. But then your future is guaranteed. The future of your kids is guaranteed. The future, there are a lot of things. Your future itself is also guaranteed. Look, I am in Nigeria. You understand? I'm a Nigerian. I grew up here. I was born here. I did my secondary, university education and all that. But I can tell you, for me to plan in Nigeria and have those plans the way it is so it's impossible, because Nigeria will even plan you. Not only Nigeria, I'm not saying it because of Nigeria alone. Most of our African countries, it will plan you. You go by its plan, not even by your own plan. Because at some point, your own plan will get scattered. And the plan you will see is what is available. The only thing you need to do is just still organize yourself and see how you can fit in order to survive. Now, it means that what we're looking for is just for survival. You don't have a plan that in the next 5 years, this is what I want to do, this is what I want to do, and all that. So please and please, these misconceptions are what I want to focus on today. And I think I've been able to at least make it clear to you that it's something you can do. I've never been to embassy before, but once you get your work contract, you can do it. Once you have not applied for visa before, once you have a work contract, once you have your admission, you can do it. The only thing that keeps you is not doing the first thing that you need to do first, and then you want to jump. It is not possible for you to jump the process, guys. It is not possible for you to jump the process. The process to success is the process to success, and you must follow it one step at a time. So guys, let me not make this video long. Whatever you think, please share it with us here. This is not a content. I'm just led to a kind of say this and encourage someone out there who I know may be down, who I know may be thinking that he or she cannot actually do this, that is impossible. Maybe as a result of what you have been hearing, there are so many YouTubers, what they focus on is just to create a content, to get followers, to get likes, and make their money. My main aim on this channel is not that. Even though to make money is part of the aim, even though to make money is important, but my major aim is that I can lift people who are down, who think this particular thing is impossible for them to achieve, who are so down that they need my words to also grow. They just need what I can teach, what they can get from me to help them to achieve their dreams. And if you're that person, please stick to this channel, and I bet you're going to benefit more from this channel. My name is Okpara Chidozie Kingsley. I share content on how to travel abroad. I share content on how you can travel abroad through job route, through academic route, and many opportunities that abound out there. I bring them here for you to have them and also experiment them and let them work for you. So if you enjoy my content, please, why don't you give me a thumbs up? Why don't you subscribe to my channel? Why don't you share to your friends and not be greedy to keep this information alone? God bless you. See you in the next video. Let me know your recommendation and the videos you want me to do next time. God bless you.